I've never had a weight problem. I mean, a real weight problem until I turned 50. I considered myself an active person. I ran. I like to lift weights. I like being outside, and I like to hike. And so if I ate too much, like dessert or something, then I'd know I just need to run extra or work out extra. But since I turned 50, I've noticed that my metabolism has slowed down, and that I have to work harder to keep the weight off. And also, eating, I have to watch what I eat more now. So, a couple of years ago, when I decided to go back to school, I took more classes than I should have, and so I was pretty stressed out. And so it was 2 years ago, and I started to just not work out as much, and I didn't have very much time to work out, and I was sitting most of the time, so I was pretty stationary. And because I was so stressed out, I started eating more sweets, and I slowly started to gain weight, and I slowly started to have a sugar addiction. So I tried all my old tricks and stopped eating as much sugar, but it never really worked. And then I started exercising more, but just seemed like I didn't have time to exercise like I needed to. So I came across a book called 21 Days to Detox by Diana Sanfilippo, and it looked really intriguing because it was a 21-day sugar detox, which meant you don't eat any sugar. And I was so addicted, I really didn't think that I could do it. So I decided, after looking at the book for a couple weeks, that I was just going to do it. And I did. And I had a hard time with that because I was craving chocolate and candy and things like that. But I soon realized that I could do it. It took a couple of weeks, but I started to have sugar, or started to have energy again, and didn't rely so much on sugar, and I was able to say no and all that. So I was really happy with the results. So I'm learning. The things that I learned was I learned to appreciate food, and I learned to appreciate cooking. And I've tried a variety of different foods. I eat more meats now. I eat bacon. I don't fear eating bacon and sausage and eggs, and I feel great. And I'm keenly aware of how my body and my mind reacts to sugar now, because I've been off it, and I eat it a little bit more than I did, but so I have it occasionally, but I pretty much don't eat sugar, extra sugar, especially refined sugar. Fruits and things like that, I do eat. So what does sugar do to our bodies and our minds? Well, the effect sugar has on our bodies is connected to dopamine. And so when we eat sugar, it makes us happy. So what's wrong with eating sugar if it makes us feel good? Well, we get inflammation, and because of that inflammation, our blood sugar rises rapidly, and that does create inflammation. David Ludwig, professor at Harvard, said that if the inflammation becomes chronic, it can trigger a cascade of changes in a body that may lead to chronic disease, such as heart heart disease and diabetes and other things that are associated with sugar. Diane Sanfilippo, the author of the 21-Day Detox, said, "When we eat sugar, the dopamine response we get encourages us to continually search for the pleasurable feeling. This wouldn't be an inherently bad if you were receiving these signals from eating nutrient-based fruits, like berries, in the context of overall healthy balance diet." So if you're wondering what to eat when you crave sweets, the same author, Sanfilippo, recommends veggies. Of course, I knew I was going to say that. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, radishes are high in vitamin C. And another food is avocados. And another one that's really good for us, that's a good alternative that helps our liver detox, is eggs, and that it has choline in it, which helps detox the liver. I knew I could lose weight, but I was really hooked. So, but I realized that I was able to overcome this addiction that I had, and I think that one of the most important things to remember is to educate ourselves. We can learn about the effects of sugar. The most reading about what to eat will help you not go into that starvation mode, because a lot of times when people try and lose weight, they just go without a meal. But when you go without a meal, you get in that starvation mode, and which tricks our mind into thinking that, hey, you've got to protect yourself, so it turns into fat. So it says to eat 3 meals. We need to limit our snacks. We need carbs, but we need healthy carbs that are nutrient-based. So things like sweet potatoes are nutrient-based, starchy carbs, and they're really good for us. When we consume these kinds of foods, we'll feel full, Your body can only store a limited amount of carbs, and the extra carbs turn into fat. So it's important that we watch our carb intake, and I think the most important thing is to have a plan. Have a plan similar to this book, The 21-Day Sugar Detox. It has everything you need to be successful in losing weight. Of course, exercising is important, but your first line of defense is to just reduce that sugar intake. And there are lots of ways that we can lose weight. There's lots of ways. So we can take a pill. Some people take pills to lose weight, but successful, long-lasting weight loss is the best, and that can only be achieved by educating ourselves and by asking ourselves why we want to lose weight. The answer will keep us going when we're tempted to eat something that we shouldn't. We have to train our metabolism, and it takes time and patience and willpower, but it can be done the right way and the lasting way.